Hi guys, Fireplace here and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be ranking, very short, very quick, we're going to be ranking all trades from last year, alright guys? So, there's about, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20 here, so we should be able to smash them out pretty quick in about under 10 minutes, okay? How important are they going to be in 2021? Now, I did forget, obviously presentation mode is needed. Alright guys, so the first one is Adam Terra. Now, I reckon that's going to be a pretty important trade. I reckon that was probably one of the best. Now, of course, Carlton getting in another young player, that's pretty important. Callum Coleman-Jones to the Roos, I'm going to say it's a B trade. Now, I know the guys are probably like, oh, it was probably a better trade than a B, but I'm saying it's a B. Just because for Callum Coleman-Jones, he still hasn't really found his potential just yet. So I think there's plenty to work with him though. And again, Darcy Fort, haven't really seen a lot of him, so I'm going to put that in the C. Haven't really seen a lot of him, so we're not quite entirely sure. Of course, not being the number one ruckman down at Geelong, they've got like Blitzar, Stanley, who do the job, and then they've got some pretty tall forwards as well that can do the job anyway. So Darcy Fort has been a forgotten one. Up at Brisbane, this is his chance to shine. So Carlton are taking George Hewitt. Now, that is going to be a pretty decent trade, I reckon. I reckon that was a pretty decent trade. Well, it wasn't even a trade, it was free agent. So they pretty much got George Hewitt for free, really. And the AFL Henderson, I think it was like a 43 compensation, pick or 39. It was not a lot. So, yeah, Carlton, that's a big one. George Hewitt. They actually had a pretty decent trade period, Carlton, as well. Now, Essendon, Josh Kelly, another free agent. I'm debating A-B. A-B. I'm going to put him in an A. He's actually a pretty decent player, is Josh Kelly. No, Jake Kelly. Sorry, Jake Kelly. I'm getting the Kellys mixed up. Jake Kelly. Sorry, guys. Jake Kelly. He's a pretty decent player. Of course, from the Crows going to the Bombers. He's a pretty decent player, and I think the Bombers will like having him at the club. Jeremy Finlayson to the Power. Now, I'm also going to say that is another A trade. That is another A trade. Now, the reason why for an A is just because he is just so he's just good. Like, yeah, he's pretty good, and I reckon the Power will love having him. And yeah, he's a good forward. He can be used as a key forward, general forward. You could probably throw him into the ruck and he'll be fine. So that's why I'm saying that's an A. Jonathan Segler. Now, this is an interesting one. Jonathan Segler's not a bad player. Definitely not a bad player. He's older though, so again, that probably puts it from an A to a B. Now, of course, he was probably the second ruck down at Hawthorn. Of course, behind Big Boy McAvoy. How good is Big Boy McAvoy? Very good. So that's why I didn't really get much of a chance. He was getting chances when McAvoy was injured, but like, do you really want your best ruckman to get injured? Definitely not. So the move down to Geelong is an interesting move as well. What are Geelong trying to do here? They've got Stanley. Are you looking for a decent ruck, maybe, like Segler? Is he going to be your number one ruck next year? Not quite entirely sure just yet. Now, we have got, next up, we've got Jordan Clark. Now, I'm pretty sure that's an A as well. He's fast. He got no opportunity at Geelong. Pretty much no opportunity at Geelong. So that's why I'm putting him up in the A. Fremantle have been chasing him for a little while now. And it was very good to finally see them pull this off. Because they did it in the 2020 trade period. No deal went down. 2021, it's worked. That's why I'm saying it's an A trade. Because Fremantle have been working really hard on that trade, and they finally get the job done. And Jordan Clark, young player. Again, has his potential really been found? Possibly not. But look, he's got a bright future ahead of him as Jordan Clark. Now, an S trade is Jordan Dawson. Now, I know maybe a little bit of bias is coming in here, but I am saying that Jordan Dawson is an an S grade trade. He's been a young gun at the Swans. He's been one of the best in the competition at a young age. He's moving to the Crows, and I reckon he's going to really fit in. Really going to fit in at the Crows as well. Really going to fit in. Young team. We're building. And I just think Jordan Dawson's a brilliant player and another fantastic one to add to the list. And no matter where you play him, you got good use of him as well. So yeah, he's a very versatile player, which is the perfect thing. And that's pretty much what any club wants. And any club would really want a player like Jordan Dawson in their team. Any club would take it. Now, Carlton, they got Lewis Young. Now, I'm not saying this is the best of trades. I'm going to put it in B. Actually, I'm going to put it in C. Now, Lewis Young, he did have a couple of brilliant moments this year for the Western Bulldogs. He can be used as a ruck, defender, or forward, which does make him, again, versatile, quite like Jordan Dawson as well. But again, the thing with Lewis Young is that, again, he's just not up at that elite grade area just yet. So, yeah, he's not up there. I do think that he still, again, has more improvement that needs to be made. Now, Luke Dunstan to Melbourne. Now, this is definitely not a bad deal for the D's. They are collecting pretty much a very good player for free. Now, and they actually got Luke Dunstan for free. They got him for free. Now, what happened here was that, like, Luke Dunstan, he was getting close to 30 possessions pretty much every game, around that 26-ish mark. And that's probably A grade in the game of football, which is what you want to be at. Definitely not top, definitely not elite tier, but definitely the next tier down from that. Like, getting those possessions a game is crazy. And doing it week in, week out as well, something that he has done pretty well, I'd say. So Luke Dunstan, definitely a good one to the D's. Now, Mcbride, now he's a handy one to the Gold Coast. Now, again, have we seen a lot of Troll? We definitely have, and he's been pretty good. What we've seen so far has been amazing. And Gold Coast are going to love him up there as well. Again, probably fits to the club. But yeah, I think Gold Coast are going to love having Mcbride. And again, he's still decently young. Now, Max Lynch is someone that we haven't really heard a lot of. He was from Collingwood. Now, obviously, this is not going to make this trade the best. I'm going to put it in C. Now, I haven't seen a lot of Max Lynch. But yeah, again, his potential is probably unfound. But he's still got potential ahead of him. Now, Nathan Kruger, I'm going to put him right on the edge of C. Now, Collingwood did not have to give up a lot to get him, right? Collingwood did not have to give up a lot. But it's just, again, Nathan Kruger is someone I haven't really heard a lot of. So, and I don't think a lot of people have either. He's been playing the Geelong reserves. So, not a lot of people have heard of him. Has he even broken into the senior team? I think he broke in a couple of times, and I think that was about it. So, Collingwood, are they going to use Nathan Kruger? Maybe. I don't know yet. But yeah, handy one to have. Now, Lipinski is definitely an A-grader trade for the Pies. Now, Lipinski's young. He was unhappy at the Western Bulldogs. Collingwood are going to love having him at the club. I know that I've got a couple of Collingwood fans watching this video right now, so if you are very happy having Lipinski and Kruger, you guys can let me know in the comment section. And if anyone watching this is happy with who you've got, you guys let me know how well your team went in the trade period. Now, Patrick Lipinski, he's a fantastic player. His potential's already there. He's shown how good he is, and I reckon going to the Pies is going to be the perfect move for him, and I reckon he's going to really play well. Now, Peter Laddams to the Sydney Swans. I reckon that was a good move there by the Swans getting Peter Laddams. Now, he's a pretty handy player, a little bit versatile, like Finlayson, like Dawson, like Young. They're all pretty versatile. You could pretty much play them anywhere, and they'll get some decent impact. Now, with Peter Laddams, though, probably more in the forward line for Peter Laddams, although I'm definitely going to say that Peter Laddams, forward line, ruckman, forward line, ruck, or like anywhere in the forward line, key forward, general forward, or a ruckman is how you'd use Peter Laddams, which is a very handy thing to have. So I'm saying Peter Laddams, that's definitely an A-grade trade for the Sydney Swans. Now, Robbie Tarrant, I'm going to put that right on the end of A. Now, you're like, Robbie Tarrant, plenty of experience. He's only going to be at the Tigers for a couple of years. So that's probably what can make that an A or a B, really. An A or a B for Robbie Tarrant. Now, I'm going to put it on A. But yeah, I do think that, yeah, he's a little bit older. might not get a lot of use out of him. Now, I'm putting Sam Petrevski-Seton in B. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I doing that? I do just think Sam Petrevski-Seton, we didn't see a lot of him at Carlton this year. Now, was that a disappointing thing? Maybe. But yeah, we just didn't see a lot of him at Carlton. He fell well out of favour at Carlton. And now he's going to the West Coast, pretty much a career revival type thing. Is he even going to play at West Coast? Or is he going to be in the reserves? We don't know yet. But I'm going to say, yeah, that was a B. Possibly even a C, really. I'm just going to chuck that on the end of B. In front of Segler. But yeah, I don't think that was as good as Callum Coleman-Jones. Now, Tim O'Brien to the Western Bulldogs from the Hawks. That's a pretty handy pickup. Tim O'Brien could really play anywhere. Again, and you'll get good impact. So, Tim O'Brien, that's a pretty decent trade. The Western Bulldogs would be very happy about who they got from that trade. Now, again, he's coming to his older years and he still may not be quite at that stage of where a player his age would be, but he's still going okay, and that's the main thing. Now, Will Brodie is the final one. Again, we haven't really seen too much of him up at the Gold Coast either. So, I'm putting him in B at the start of B, but I do think, what potential does he have? And he has a lot of that. Now, I am going to make a couple of adjustments. Okay, I think this is my final list. So I have Adam Cerra, Jordan Dawson, and Patrick Lipinski in the S tier. For trades, I have George Hewitt, Peter Adams, Jake Kelly, Jordan Clark, Jeremy Finlayson, Mcbride, Scholl, Luke Dunstan, and Robbie Tarrant, all in the A section. In the B section, I have Will Brodie, Callum Coleman-Jones, Tim O'Brien, Sam Petrevski-Seton, and Jonathan Segler. And then in the C section, I have Max Lynch, Lewis Young, Darcy Fort, and Nathan Kruger. And I have Nathan Kruger at the end of my list. So he was potentially the worst trade just because we don't know a lot about him. But I do think his potential is through the roof. So really, if I was to say something, I'm probably going to have my list at that. That's my list. And yeah, you guys can let me know which was the best trade out of any of these trades in your opinion. You guys can let me know how your club went. But I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so then you guys will never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. So bye guys. Fire plays out.